Okay, and I've got my meter set up here, and I'm probing this red wire here, and I'm probing shift solenoid 2 right now, the purple and orange wire. And we've got 26.8 ohms. That is acceptable in all the information I found. So there's shift solenoid 1. Seems to be electrically sound all the way to the computer. Okay guys, so now I have probed that orange. I've got that orange, yellow and orange wire probes. That's our shift solenoid 1. And we've got about the same resistance. Okay guys, and this time I have the white and yellow wire probed. That is our electronic pressure control solenoid. Here's our pin location, 81. And we've got 5.1 ohms, and that too is acceptable. So all the wiring is sound, the solenoid, the coils are sound, and we can move on. Okay, so now that we have tested the circuits themselves and the coils, now we're going to actually move on to some circuit testing here. We are on solenoid number 1. I'm sorry. Yeah, we are on solenoid number 1. The orange and yellow wire. The key is on. And it looks like anytime the key is on, solenoid 1 is powered. Is that normal or not? Well, I believe it is. If I can find... Oh boy, making a mess. Okay, so it looks like when we're in park, reverse or neutral, number 1 should be on, 2 should be off. So right now, number 1 is on. That's powered by the computer. Okay guys, here's a reading on solenoid number 2. We've got nothing, no power on solenoid number 2, just like we should. Let's come on over here to our scan tool and see if we can. Let's do some functional tests here. Output state test. So what we can do here is we're going to be able to turn all the normally on outputs off, which should be my solenoid 1 should go to 0 as long as the PCM has control of that circuit. Should go to 0, just like the meter showing. And when I do all outputs on, I should be able to turn that number 2 solenoid on. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, and we are back to probing solenoid 1. We are showing voltage. So let's come over here to our scan tool. Let's turn all the normally on outputs off. And we drop to nothing. So I'm gonna turn it back on here, and you see there's the power, and I'm gonna hit the button on the scan tool and turn them back off. There you have it. Pretty conclusive that the computer has the control over that circuit. And here's solenoid number 2, the one that's normally off. Let's deactivate that. Let's turn all the normal. Now you are going to hear some other clicking as everything turns on here. Let's turn all the outputs on. Okay, there we go. And we have voltage. I'm going to cycle it a couple times for you. Off, on, off. Okay, so it looks like both solenoids are able to be turned on and off by the computer so far. So let's see where we go from here. Okay, and our last electrical test for today is going to be this electronic pressure control solenoid. Now you guys saw that I only have 5 ohms resistance. That's a very low resistance, so the amperage will be very high if this circuit had 12 volts on it. So I don't expect to see 12 volts. I also don't really know what normal is. So, well, let's just see what we got. Right now I've got nothing. I'm probing the circuits there. I've got all the normally on outputs off. So let's look at my meter. And when I turn the normally on outputs off, she's got, with the normally on outputs on, normally, we've got 4 volts. If I turn it off, it drops to 0. Now I've also got a duty cycle setting on my meter here. Alright. So let's see what the duty cycle is. Let's see what the duty cycle is when I turn the normally on outputs back off. So, I mean, I've got like a 50% duty cycle. Off. On. Gonna get a funny little jump there, but like I said, I really don't know what's normal, but this seems like the computer has control over these components to me. I'm forced with the conclusion at this point that it's really not an electrical problem. So, you know, I really don't know where to go from here. I really don't want to rebuild the total transmission in this vehicle. Considering dropping the valve body and going from there. Again, unfortunately, I really don't know what I'm looking for, so if any of you have any advice for me, I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all the guys out there. Do a quick shout out to Ivan at MotoYam82 is his channel. Eric O at South Main Auto. Big thank you to Scanner Danner for doing your videos, and also to Ford Tech Maculoco. I've learned a lot from you guys as well, so hope you've enjoyed it. It's going to be a journey. Look forward to the next part. It's going to be a little more mechanical, probably from underneath the vehicle. Thanks for watching.